Okay, let's dive right into Job chapter 32. It kicks off pretty dramatically, actually.
It really does. You see Job's three friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, just stop talking.
Yeah, they just go silent after all that back and forth.
And the text gives a reason, right? It says they stopped because, well, Job was righteous in his own eyes.
So, from their perspective, he's just too stubborn, too convinced of his own innocence.
Exactly. They couldn't break through that, so they just gave up trying to answer him.
And boom, into this silence steps someone totally new, Elihu.
Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, yeah. And the first thing we learn about him, he's angry, like really angry.
Okay, so who's he angry at? Job. The friends.
Both, actually. It's interesting. He's angry with Job because he felt Job was busy justifying himself rather than justifying God.
Right, putting his own reputation first in Elihu's view.
Yeah, but then he's also really angry with the three friends.
Oh, why them? They were trying, weren't they?
Well, yes, but Elihu's point is they failed. They hadn't actually refuted Job's arguments. They couldn't prove him wrong,
Ah, I see.
yet they still condemned him. So it's like judgment without actually winning the debate. That really got under Elihu's skin.
That makes sense. Condemnation without proof. So Elihu's been sitting there this whole time, right? Why didn't he speak up earlier?
He tells us why. He says he waited because they were older than him.
Oh, okay. Out of respect for their age.
Rough. He held back, let the elders speak first. It was a cultural thing, you know.
But obviously, something changed. What made him finally decide, okay, my turn?
He saw it wasn't going anywhere. He saw the three friends were just stuck. They had nothing left to say.
The conversation had stalled completely.
Right. And seeing that, plus his own building anger, as he puts it, he felt he just had to speak. His anger was kind of stirred up.
And he comes out swinging, challenging a big assumption, doesn't he? About age and wisdom.
Totally. He acknowledges, yeah, I'm young, you guys are old. But then he immediately pushes back on the idea that age automatically means wisdom or understanding what's right.
So where does wisdom come from, according to Elihu?
He says it's the spirit in a man, the breath of the Almighty, that gives understanding.
Wow, okay, so it's not about years lived, it's about divine insight.
That's his claim. It's a spiritual source, not just accumulated experience. Which is why he then says, basically, so listen to me, even though I'm younger.
I've got something to say, maybe something you missed. He points out he listened carefully to them.
He did. He says he paid attention, listened to their reasons, but none of them actually proved Job wrong or answered his core arguments.
And he warns them too, right? About thinking they figured it all out.
Yeah, he said something like, don't tell yourselves, we have found wisdom. Let God refute him, not man. He sees that as them kind of admitting defeat and passing the buck.
Right, like they couldn't handle it, so they're just saying, only God can answer this.
Exactly. And Elihu's like, nope, Job hasn't argued with me yet, and I'm not going to use your failed arguments.
He sounds incredibly compelled to speak. It's not just an opinion he wants to share.
Oh, the language is intense. He says he's full of words. His spirit compels him. He compares himself to, like, wine bottles that are stoppered up tight or new wineskins ready to burst.
You can almost feel the pressure building.
Yeah. He says he has to speak to find relief. He needs to open his lips and reply. It's presented as this overwhelming internal necessity.
And before he starts his actual arguments, he makes a promise about how he'll speak. Sets himself apart again.
Absolutely. He makes it really clear. I won't show partiality to anyone, and I won't flatter any man.
No playing favorites, no sucking up.
Right. He even says he's not skilled at flattery, and if he were, he fears his maker would, like, take him away quickly. So he's promising raw honesty, impartiality, a big contrast to the friends who seem very partial to their own theological boxes.
This whole entrance is just, wow, a major pivot in the book. So for you listening, think about this. Why is this shift, Elihu showing up angry, challenging, age-old wisdom, promising impartiality, why is that so important right at this moment in Job's story?
Well, it feels like the old ways have failed, right? The conventional wisdom, represented by the older friends, has run its course and hasn't helped Job or resolve the issue.
They hit a dead end.
Completely. So Elihu arrives not just as a new voice, but representing a potentially different source of wisdom, that spirit, that breath of the Almighty. He promises a fresh, unbiased look. It injects new energy when everything seemed finished.
It definitely shakes things up.
For sure. And it leaves us with a pretty powerful thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Elihu's core idea that real understanding might not come from the sources we usually expect, like age or status.
But from something deeper, more spiritual.
Yeah. So maybe think about that. If insight truly comes from the Spirit, from the Almighty, as Elihu claims, who should we really be listening to when things get tough? Who truly has something vital to say, something to chew on?